I would love to hear like people who research social media speak on this, and I'm sure that there's so much material out there about that in terms of like the complete collapse of tween as a category, like the
Mm-hmm.
rush through of like you turn 12 and then like you are expected to essentially there's less of a space for play and fun and getting things wrong when you're being constantly surveilled by your peers, by systems, by social media. Even if that means,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that in terms of being as innocent as like your eyeliner looking a mess or like
Mm-hmm.
trying to dye your hair blonde and it comes out orange. And so like this phase of experimentation that is in theory part of, this girl world order, this phase of adolescence, as girls are kind of shunted from being children to adults immediately. And I think that does link into very much kind of objectification, this idea of like girls as things to be consumed and disposed of as
Mm-hmm.
currency, as like there are fewer spaces online and in person in which adolescence itself is actually allowed to
Yeah.
exist as a defined category. And that is also like one of the reasons why I think these sort of social media bans are, are a bad idea because
No, I'm so in favor of them.
are you? Mm,
I'm so in favor of them. I mean, as someone who wrote their master's thesis about social media, um, these are systems that, and I mean, we're seeing this conversation come up a lot now that AI has become generative AI.
yeah,
But algorithms in and of themselves are a form of artificial intelligence. But that titling of them as artificial intelligence takes away the fact that it's just a facade that has people behind it programming it.
yeah,
Um, and if people are programming it, it is intrinsically biased. And that means that not only do we have very young people whose information is being monetized, being stolen, their data is being used, they are being exploited before they know that their labor is being exploited.
yeah. No,
Um,
then yeah, that's very true. That is a very good point. I think the things that kind of make me nervous about the blanket ban is that I don't think
mm,
it kind of almost lets the apps get a or let these platforms get away with it rather than like actually putting more restrictions on the platforms specifically. It then makes it an
mm.
individual responsibility, which I do think is a problem. But you make an excellent point, and I